Lafayette.
So I'm at work, and Jesus shows up, and I immediately get a bad feeling because the only reason why he should be showing up at my job is to tell me that something has gone wrong with my mother. You ain't got to be gentle, Jesus. She hated me and I hated her. Just tell me how she died. However, he showed up to ask me on a date, which takes Lafayette by surprise because Lafayette don't do dates. You know, his love is sold.
You ever do it?
Sometimes.
I want to do it with you.
Jesus wants to do a V-trip with me. So after our V-trip, I started getting these side effects.
Lafayette.
I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. So Jesus is the first person I call.
I think you just opened up something inside you.
He explains to me that he's a brujo, which is a male witch. You said somebody taught you magic? I don't know what to think about that just yet. And I don't know what to think about him being a brujo.
There's something different about the chili tonight.
It was tasting kind of flat, so I put a pinch of cinnamon in it. Yeah, how the hell you smell that? I put a half a teaspoon in the whole pot.
I'm pregnant again.
So Arlene finds out that she's pregnant.
We're gonna have a baby?
Yes, we are. You're gonna be a daddy.
Thank you.
She finds out that the timing is a little bit off, and that the baby is actually Renee's. And that freaks her out. Renee was a killer.
We arrive back in Russell's house. Lorena takes out her years of frustration by cutting Bill up into pieces.
Tara has also ended up at the mansion with Franklin, who is holding her hostage and going to try to forcibly turn her into his vampire bride.
While he's sleeping like a baby, she bashes his head in. And also goes and manages to find Sookie.
She and I basically stage an escape. Bill! I come in, and then Lorena tries to kill me. Bill summons the last of his energy to get her off me and get into a position for me to stake her. And then she, as they do, explodes. Tara, in the meantime, has found Alcide, and now he is coming to help us.
Come on, close the door. I'm running in the back with Bill.
In a possibly misguided attempt to try to get him back to life, I cut my own arm open to feed him.
He starts coming back to life as he starts taking her blood, and he can't control himself.
His sort of animal instincts take over, and he practically drains me completely before he realizes who or what he is or where he is.
As we're getting away in the truck, we pull out on the side of the road.
Tara and Alcide come back to check on us.
Tara basically loses it.
Get out!
Mysteriously, he doesn't start to burn right away.
That's the first pointer that Bill has stumbled across something about what Sookie is.
Meanwhile, I get taken to the hospital. While I'm sort of unconscious, I go off onto this alternate plane and meet this very seemingly lovely lady named Claudine. And she is warning me that Bill is bad. You know, he's gonna steal your life.
Do not let him take it from you.
She wakes up and all she can remember is what he did to her.
We have another horrible conversation about why we can't be together.
And Bill walks out of the hospital and out of Sookie's life.
Would you please come in?
Hoyt's got me blindfolded, and we end up at a tiny little house. And it's beautiful and cute and needs a little bit of work, but Hoyt tells me that he's bought it, it's his, and he wants me to come and live there with him, and if we can, he would love to marry me someday.
I love you so much.
Well, even though Hoyt and Jess seem to be in a really good position, we've still got the issue of his mom.
She is a killer. They're all killers.
She would do anything to see her son freed from me, so we'll have to see what comes from that.
I show up at the bar, I'm drunk, I yell at the patrons, I yell at my waitresses, and I fire Tommy.
You're my brother, Sam. I'm sick of you. All right, it's over now.
Well, the next day, I drive to my apartment. I'm gonna go in and apologize to my brother. He's gone. I get a sense that maybe he went for the money. So I haul ass to the bar. I go in, the safe's gone. I get my gun, and I go after Tommy. I finally catch him, and I just ask for the money. And he won't give it back. And he says, "You're not gonna shoot me." And he turns his back on me and starts walking off. I aim the gun, and I fire. And that's where we left off.
When I bash Franklin's head in, I think that I'm good, and I think he's gone. But he shows up at Merlotte's, and him and Tara have this really intense scene.
Oh, your heart is beating so fast.
But my favorite hero comes in and saves the day. And then Jason basically confesses to her that he shot eggs. And that's the blow. Tara knows that she's got to get out of Bon Ton, but she doesn't quite know where she's going.
So Eric is trying to figure out how to get his revenge. Russell took Eric's entire family, and there's only one person that Russell really cares about, and it's Talbot. So Eric seduces Talbot and then kills him.
Talbot.
Eric shows up covered in Talbot's blood in a panic.
He knows that he's gonna die now. Russell is almost 3,000 years old. He's a very, very powerful vampire.
Nearly 20% of the country remains undecided.
You are not our equals. We will eat you.
We've been forever saying that we are just like everybody else and we can be trusted, we can come out and live amongst you. And then the king, you know, rips somebody in half on national television.
Who are the authority? What gave them the authority?
Nothing. No one. They took it, as I am taking it today. I no longer recognize the authority.
Bill has a trip into the alternate realm and meets Claudine.
What in God's name are you? He finally goes and finds Suki to tell her what she is and what her place is in the world.
I'm not entirely sure what it was or how I even got there. Perhaps it's because I had drunk so much of your blood.
He finally tells me what I am.
I'm a fairy? How fucking lame.
She doesn't think it's very cool to be a fairy.
As it turns out, the reason that the fairies have left the quote-unquote human plane is because vampires had drained them almost to extinction.
Daywalking has been a long-held sort of mystical dream that people have heard about and they don't know whether it's true or not. That if you drink the blood of a fairy, you can daywalk, you can go out in the sunlight.
Is it true that Suki's blood let you walk in the sunlight?
The blood works for a few minutes, if that.
Eric is implementing this plan to fool Russell into thinking that he can walk in the daylight if he drinks Suki's blood.
Eric finds Russell, and Russell is ready for the big showdown.
I can offer you the sun. Oh, daywalking. Oh, the old myth.
And Eric basically says, you could kill me now, sure, but if you go back with me to Fantasia, we can drink Suki's blood and we can walk in the sun, and if it doesn't work, you know, you can kill me on the spot.
You go first. I'd love to.
Eric knows this is a lie, that they're both gonna go out and die in the sun, but it's worth it.
It's glorious.
They're gonna die together.
Silver.
Russell can't do anything, he can't escape. So as Eric and Russell are dying out there, Suki comes out and drags Eric back into Fantasia.
Godric appeared to me and asked me to spare Russell.
Eric doesn't just want to kill him, he wants him to suffer. So he comes up with this idea that they could bury him in cement.
He won't be going anywhere for at least 100 years.
The last second, Bill kind of pulls a smooth move on Eric and chucks him in there too. I'm back at the house, Bill's showing up basically saying, you know, I killed them, I'm gonna kill anyone who knows who you are, I'll make sure you're safe.
Russell. Eric.
Pam. The Queen.
And then Eric shows up.
He decides to tell Suki the truth.
He explains that Bill was sent all along to procure Suki for the Queen.
What about you letting two psychos beat her within an inch of her life so you could feed her your blood the night you met? Think she'll forgive you for that? She's had enough with vampires. She tells both Bill and Eric to leave her house, and she never wanted to see them again.
I rescind my invitation!
The last we see of Bill at the end of the season, Bill is at home and Queen Sophie-Anne turns up. She believes that she's coming to finally get to see what the fairy is all about.
Bring me the girl.
But Bill has another plan.
Only one of us will leave this house.
The last we see of him is attacking Sophie-Anne in midair.
Everything that I thought was the truth or real has all just kind of shattered, and so I go down to the grave where my gran was buried, and then Claudine shows up.
Come with us.
Well, why wouldn't you at that point? And then a nice burst of warm light and we disappear. The end.
Season 4 is a lot about our true identities being revealed.
You'll see Lafayette dive into a world that he has never been in before.
It's a brand new Eric you're gonna meet in season 4.
We have again dire situations.
A lot more blood, a lot more sex, all the things that True Blood's sort of famous for.
And then you've got the witches.
Return her to the plane of the living.
There may be some happiness for a while, but then it's True Blood, so the drama will start.
We sort of take it to the nth degree.
Oh, what have we here?